And I take care of my dad. I take care of things at work. The groceries, the cleanups, the meltdowns, the doctor's visits, the family events, mealtimes, bedtimes. I take care of all the things everyone else needs. But I haven't made time to take care of what I need.
Family caregivers are often overloaded. It can feel overwhelming and exhausting. It's no surprise that millions of caregivers experience symptoms of anxiety and depression every year. But help is available, because there may only be one you, but you don't have to do it alone. Head to mentalhealthcareworks.org. That's mentalhealthcareworks.org to learn how to get the support you deserve, because mental health care works when you make the call. If you're experiencing a mental health crisis or thoughts of suicide, dial 988, a message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
There are many times I thought, I can't do this. I mean, what parent isn't worried about? What am I not doing right? What am I not doing enough? And then I realized, wait, that's being a parent.
Don't worry about being perfect. I've had around 3 other mother figures in my life, but only one of them has taught me how a mother loves.
The greatest reward for me is he makes me better every day.
I would tell a family considering adopting a teenager that teenager, whoever it is, needs you, and they need what you have to offer.
Taylor's given me hope. He's our son, and that is what he will always be.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Get the truth and nothing but the truth with Sherwin Hughes every weekday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on 101.7 FM, 1510 a.m. WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what, because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. So I thought I'd be crazy today. Crazy? Should I call it crazy? I thought I would be that guy and show myself. Okay, you could pull it back now. You can take it away. And I thought I'd dress the way I look, the way I feel, the way I see myself. And so I don't know why I did this when Zach was here, because I knew Zach would do that, because that's just how Zach is. You know, he's a great producer. I should take this out the thing better so it's not all wrinkled on the air. Yeah. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number, of course. You can listen and watch us live on YouTube at 101.7 The Truth. We are also live on X, so you can check us out there. I'm broadcasting live on, at least my open, Dr. Ken's Truth, on Instagram and LinkedIn. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's Dr. Ken's Truth. And no, it's not a bobblehead, Kwanda. The reason it's not a bobblehead, because this head is big enough that I don't need it bobbling, moving and shaking and all that stuff. And it'd probably fall off anyway. So see, if I stand like this, it's the exact same thing. So you got to be on YouTube, and that's why it's important that you just simply go to YouTube at 101.7, or just download the Truth app, and that way we have giveaways and things of that nature that you can get. And if you miss any show, you can just go to Apple Play or Spotify, and you can listen to us on the rebroadcast. You can just go to the app and listen to the rebroadcast too. We got 10,527 ways that you can listen to 101.7 The Truth and The Truth in the Afternoon with me, Dr. Ken Harris. It's Monday. It is Monday. And I think we've got some good information for you today. We've got a great show. It's 4 minutes after the hour, and everything seems to be going great. Well, till I realized Election Day is tomorrow. So I voted early. You saw my sticker the other day. I voted early. And I want you to think about yourself. Let me rephrase that. I want you to think of your political self. Okay? Not your party, not your vote, not the sticker I had on my chest the other day, not the sticker on your car, not the post on your timeline. I'm talking about the internal framework that develops and determines how you think about power, freedom, and community. Or, translated, how you think about living in America. Because whether you like it or not, you have a political self. And if you don't define it, as we've seen in the past few elections, somebody will do it for you. See, most people inherit their politics the same way they inherit their bad habits, from their parents. Unexamined, unchallenged, emotionally defended, and you grow up hearing certain things at the dinner table, watching certain news channels, absorbing certain frustrations, and before you know it, boom, you don't think politically, you're reacting politically. And reaction is not self-leadership. Your political self is supposed to evolve. It's supposed to be shaped by experience and failure and exposure to people who don't look like you, think like you, or live like you. But instead, what do we see? We see people dig in. The 20-year-old certainty that never matures, the 45-year-old rigidity that never reflects, and the 60-year-old bitterness that never adapts. And that's not growth. That's being confident in your stagnation. And so here's the problem. When your political self is underdeveloped, everything becomes personal. Policy disagreements feel like a personal attack. Different viewpoints feel like disrespect. Debate turns into division. Why? Because you've never separated your identity from your ideology. A mature political self understands this. Whether you agree or not, you can hold strong beliefs without becoming imprisoned by them. You can evolve. You can actually evolve without betraying yourself. You can listen, but you don't have to surrender. But that requires something most people don't want to do. You got to think. Not repost, not repeat, not regurgitate. Actually think for yourself. Now ask yourself, why do I believe what I believe? What experience in my life has shaped this belief? Where could I be wrong? And who benefits if I never answer this question? And the last one is critical because there's an entire system built on keeping you politically predictable. Keep voting Democrat, keep voting Republican, keep voting independent, just follow, 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 follow. And if they know how you vote, they know how to manipulate you. If they know what triggers you, they know how to control you. If they know you won't think, they know you'll follow. And that's dangerous, especially in communities that have historically been like led instead of leading, like the Black community. Yep, I said it. See, developing your own political self is not about becoming liberal or conservative or independent or in the middle. It's about becoming intentional. And that is the difference. An intentional person does not pick sides. They understand the stakes. They don't just argue, they analyze, and they don't just feel, they evaluate. Now, this is almost as important. Don't outsource your thinking. As a Black man in America, former police lieutenant, an associate professor, entrepreneur, somebody who's lived in multiple cities and multiple worlds at the same time, I wrestle with my political self. You can't stand in a classroom and preach theory and then step into the street and ignore consequence. You can't wear a badge and ignore justice or speak about injustice and ignore responsibility. Your political self has to reconcile all of your contradictions. And if it doesn't, you become either naive or dishonest. Neither one is a self-leader. So here's what I learned. Your political self should be rooted in principles, not whether or not you like the personality, because personalities will disappoint you. Just look at Donald Trump. Parties will shift on you. Just look at the Democratic Party. Movements will evolve without you. Look at Black Lives Matter. But principles, your principles will anchor you. Justice, accountability, opportunity, order, dignity, respect. If your political self is built on any of those, you can pretty much navigate anything. But if it's built on loyalty to people or loyalty to a party, you'll end up defending things you don't even believe in. And that's when you lose yourself. Now, if I wasn't already, let's look at this a little bit deeper. There's a reason why young people tend to lean one way and older people tend to lean another way. It's not just age, it's exposure. When you're young, your political self is driven by empathy. You see problems, you want to fix them, you believe in possibility, you push for change. That's your heart. But as you live, as you adult, when you become an adult and have to pay bills, and you see systems up close, you realize that every solution has consequences, and you begin to value structure and stability and sustainability. Now, that's your head. The problem isn't choosing one over the other. The problem is refusing to integrate them both. Because a political self without a heart becomes cold, and a political self without a head becomes reckless. You actually need both. You need compassion to care, and you need discipline to think. And too many people today are operating with just one, and then they call it wisdom, and it's not. It's unbalanced. And so what does a developed political self look like? What does that look like? So if someone can sit in a room with opposing views and not feel threatened, if someone who can say, I was wrong, and keep their dignity, or if someone could understand that solving problems requires more than just these pretty slogans people throw out and politicians throw out, it actually requires trade-off. It looks like somebody who knows a simple truth. You don't have to agree with me for me to respect you. You get that? You don't have to agree with me in order for me to show you respect. But you do have to think. And that's what we do every day here on Truth in the Afternoon. Because thinking is the responsibility of citizenship. Not voting, not posting, not thinking, but actually it is thinking. And if you don't do that work, if you don't develop your political self, you'll spend your entire life reacting to a world you never took time to understand. So you're screaming and hollering and complaining about something, and you don't even understand the system you're in. And that's a personal failure and a civic failure. Don't let your politics be inherited. Don't let your beliefs be borrowed. And don't let your voice be programmed. What am I trying to say? Do the work. Develop your political self. Because in the end, that's the difference in being led and actually leading. And it's often attributed to John Adams. He said that if a person is not a liberal by 20, he has no heart. If he's not a conservative by 40, he has no head. But I'm going to tell you, nothing will test your beliefs like reality.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 101.7 The Truth. Truth Nation, it's that time again for the Tory Low Community Cleanup. Mark your calendars for Saturday, April 18th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. as we come together to clean up the city of Milwaukee. Be part of making a difference in our community. The Tory Low Community Cleanup, Saturday, April 18th, 8 to noon. Sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, Steinhoffels, Cousin Subs, Waste Management, and presented by the Milwaukee Metropolitan Sewerage District, your clean water partner serving Greater Milwaukee for 100 years.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 101.7 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your families tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. It's not just a slogan, but the way of life at Gruber Law Offices. If you've been injured, call our team today. We've represented tens of thousands of injured Wisconsinites for more than 30 years. Trust Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Our children deserve a real chance to make it in life, and a good education is a passport to opportunity. At City Ford Collective, we're working to make sure there's a great Milwaukee school for every Milwaukee family, because more good options lead to better outcomes. And who doesn't want that? Together, we can give every child the foundation they need to thrive, and a stronger future for kids means a stronger future for Milwaukee. To learn more about our mission, visit us at cityfordcollective.org. That's cityfordcollective.org.
More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris is next on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. This is Monday afternoon, 18 minutes after the hour, 46 degrees. Feels like 38. High today was 50, and the low tonight's going to get around 28. Winds are from the northwest at about 17 miles an hour. We got traffic. We got sports coming up. We got all that stuff just for you right here. So, I found a story, and it's an MTEA gift to taxpayers, the Milwaukee Teachers Education Association. So, came across this story on Milwaukee Journal Sentinel. MPS is now a hostile partner to successful public schools. It's an opinion by former MPS school superintendent William Androkopoulos, and he wrote it to the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel, and I thought it was powerful enough to share it with you. So, Milwaukee Public Schools are currently facing a financial crisis. Superintendent Brenda Caselius is an innovative, experienced leader whose heart is focused on the children as she explores every avenue to restore financial stability. The board, the community, and the Milwaukee Teachers Education Association, the union, must support her vision. However, MPS is ignoring a massive, ongoing revenue loss, the systemic push of successful public school students out of the district. So to understand this, look at the math, and this is what I want you to hear. For every student attending an MPS non-instrumentality charter, an NIC, that's public schools like Carmen, the Hmong American Peace Academy, Milwaukee College Prep, that are publicly funded but use non-district staff. The district acts as the fiscal agent and counts them for enrollment. Think about that. Counts them for enrollment. Based on Wisconsin Policy Forum's 2026 MPS budget brief, the math is undeniable. Core state and local revenue, MPS receives $16,774 per pupil. The charter payment, of course, it's always less. MPS passes along a contracted rate of $12,369 per pupil. That's documented in DPI. And they keep $4,405 per pupil. They don't have the pupil. They're not teaching the pupil. They don't have to use their staff, but they still get the money. That is the district. This is the opinion of Androkopoulos. That is the most efficient revenue stream supporting central office services and overhead without MPS having to manage a single classroom. Think about that. The board is alienating the very schools that generate the surplus. By becoming a hostile partner over the last decade, MPS has forced high-performing public schools to seek other authorizers. So you have to have an authorizer to work under. For the 2024-25 school year, there were 12,255 public school students enrolled in schools authorized by City of Milwaukee and UWM. If MPS had remained a friendly provider and retained these students, now watch the math. The $4,405 per pupil retention would have brought in $53,983,275 in additional revenue annually. That would have meant the $46,000 you're short, you would have covered it, had some money left over, and had zero changes, zero movement, and zero layoffs. Now, over the past 10 years, those are my words. Now, over the past 10 years, the district has effectively forfeited hundreds of millions of dollars in cumulative revenue while these public schools have expanded enrollment and in some cases developed state-of-the-art facilities. Seeds of Health serves 1,500 K-12 students, Tenor High School. Heard of them? 100% graduation rate. Their exit cost the general fund at MPS $6,607,500 a year. Milwaukee Academy of Science, 1,884 students and a 1,600 student waiting list. They could easily build another school. They chose an independent authorizer over a partnership with the district, and by failing to recruit and retain high performers like MPS missed out on $8.3 million in potential revenue that could be supporting district overhead. Milwaukee College Prep, 2,000 students graduate college at triple the rate of their peers. You hear what I just said? Not graduate high school, graduate college at triple the rate of their peers. Annual loss to MPS, $8.8 million. Hmong American Peace Academy, 2,100 students, is one of the best 5 public schools in the entire state of Wisconsin when adjusted for poverty, has faced rhetoric from the board suggesting its existence destroys public schools. Stupidity. That's my word. They provided a $9.25 million annual cushion to the MPS budget. Treating a successful asset as an ideological enemy is not a sound educational or financial strategy. Now, the board is repeating the same mistakes with Carmen. It's a triple hit. So watch this. It creates a $13.2 million revenue hole. Carmen has 3,000 students, $4,405 per student, leaves MPS. Rental income, schools pay millions in rent for underutilized MPS buildings, gone. Maintenance liability, the district is left holding the bill for the heat and the lighting for empty schools. Should a $1.5 billion organization be governed by a board that values adult-centered politics over student and fiscal responsibility? He writes, during my 8 years as superintendent, the MTEA leadership understood the math. They recognized that these schools protected the financial health of the entire system. Unfortunately, current union leadership has lost that pragmatism. They failed to realize that by lobbying the board to push these schools out, they're directly harming their own members by shrinking the pot of money available for the educators they represent. So to every taxpayer, every child in an MPS-authorized school is a public school student. By pushing the family away, the board is telling Milwaukee taxpayers, us, me, that adult-centered politics is more important than an extra $53.98 million in annual revenue and the 12,255 students they represent. MPS should be recruiting these public schools. It can no longer afford to push these students or the funding away. Your thoughts? 833-212-1017 is the number. Now that we know that the Milwaukee Teachers Education Association is the reason why we don't have the money at MPS, what are your thoughts? Do you still support a union that actually supports getting rid of schools that are actually public schools and then losing the money and then saying that they're stealing money? Stupidity. Stupidity at its best. But yet, that is the city we live in. That is why we have a board of knuckleheads who kowtow to the MTEA, and now we're in this predicament. Schools actually left. When we come back, your thoughts, your comments, talk and text line, Earl holding on, and you. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. And now with 101.7 The Truth Traffic, here's Debbie Lazica.
A bit backed up northbound 41 from about Swan Boulevard all the way up past Burleigh. On southbound 43 backing up from just before Fond du Lac Avenue down through the Marquette interchange. On the westbound side of 94 backing up from about 30th Street all the way to about Mitchell. Actually make that to the Hawley Road area. Eastbound is backed up from 70th Street to 35th Street. And then on the bypass heading southbound, you got backups from Beloit Road down through the Hale onto 894 eastbound to about 84th Street. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, scattered sleet or snow showers early, then chilly, a low of 27. Then tomorrow, mostly sunny and chilly, a high of 38 at the lake, 44 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazica on 101.7 The Truth.
I'm Sherwin Hughes, and I know the power of Stars and Stripes Honor Flight firsthand. As someone who's been on an honor flight, I can tell you it's a day you'll never forget. Stars and Stripes Honor Flight gives our oldest veterans who served in any location in June of 1975 or earlier a free one-day trip to Washington, D.C. for veterans. Airfare, meals, a coach bus tour, and special flight apparel are all included. It's a day of honor, gratitude, and camaraderie. Veterans who served in the Vietnam or Korean War go to flysshf.org and ask for an application.
Tacos and Tequila Festival, Saturday, May 30th at Franklin Field, featuring live performances by Shaggy, Rick Ross, Genuine, Soulja Boy, Frankie J, Mims, and more. There will be craft margaritas, Milwaukee's best taco vendors, authentic lucha libre wrestling, an exotic car showcase, a Chihuahua beauty pageant, art installations, and so much more. Tacos and Tequila Festival, Saturday, May 30th. Get your tickets at tacoandtequilafestival.com.
As the White House threatens to take over state elections, restrict abortion nationwide, and take away our health care, the Wisconsin Supreme Court is the last line of defense for our rights. That's why the Supreme Court election on April 7th is so critical. The ACLU does not endorse or oppose candidates, but wants you to make an informed decision. When it comes to abortion rights, Maria Lazar supported overturning Roe v. Wade and is endorsed by groups that want to ban abortion. Chris Taylor voted against abortion bans and defended abortion rights while working with Planned Parenthood. And on the issue of voting rights in Wisconsin, Maria Lazar defended efforts to rig elections for one political party through extreme gerrymandering of congressional and legislative districts. Chris Taylor opposes rigging the system with extreme partisan gerrymandering. On April 7th, stand up for our rights. Paid for by American Civil Liberties Union, Incorporated.
Tap into the best power hour in radio in Milwaukee.
So altogether, you're looking at $1,780 for your mortgage and for your property taxes in a year. And that's before you have to deal with, obviously, your water bill and electric bill. That's a steep price that people have to pay. And based off those numbers I just ran, to afford a home like that, you got to make $65,000 a year. But the problem is, here in Milwaukee, the median household income is only $54,234. That's out of whack. So again, I am all about affordability. I'm all about people getting homes. But what we have to understand is that until homes are more affordable, you can have a supply and demand problem, but the problem that we have here in the city of Milwaukee is that these prices, when people are listing these houses, they're listing them for prices that people really can't afford. And even if you do get the house and you're paying that, you're living paycheck to paycheck. Home ownership is not about living paycheck to paycheck. Home ownership is about finding something that fits within your budget and building equity for the future.
Catch Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace every weekday from noon to 1 p.m. on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Xavier Spencer. The Bucks got a rare win against the Memphis Grizzlies on Sunday, winning 131-115. An exciting moment for the Antetokounmpo brothers as the youngest brother, Alex, got his first NBA bucket. Head coach Doc Rivers.
It was good to see him take the shot. You know, he had an open shot. They kind of dared him. He took one the other night, so good for him, man. A kid that grew up here.
Just 4 games left for the Bucks in the regular season. The Brewers win their series against the Royals after an 8-5 win in Kansas City.
Reaches up and makes the catch, 2 steps shy of the wall, and the Brewers have won this series here in Kansas City.
Now the crew heads to Boston to face the Red Sox. First pitch is tonight at 5:45. Wisconsin guard John Blackwell is entering the transfer portal while also testing the NBA draft. Blackwell made the announcement Monday saying he's looking for a program that can help him develop for the next level and compete for a national title. The transfer portal officially opens Tuesday. I'm Xavier Spencer, and this is the True Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth.
It's Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Trying to pull up the weather right quick so I can see exactly what's going on in the great city of Milwaukee. 45 degrees. Low tonight is 28. Earl, you're on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. How are you?
I'm doing fine, man. I just wanted to say that Milwaukee Public Schools and what is transpiring there is probably at the lowest ebb that it's been at And I concur with you, and I've said this myself, to have 9 school board members who get paid a pauper salary, who have full-time jobs, to have to deal with a $1.6 billion budget, a budget that is equivalent to Milwaukee County, to Milwaukee County's entire budget with no staff. They've gotten to a point where this can no longer make any sense. And it certainly is nonsensical to have said no to all of those schools that really kept MPS basically afloat academically.
Well, the union didn't want it.
But they were forced. The teachers union.
Right.
And so since the teachers union is the entity that controls the school board, and didn't just start doing that, it's been that way for a long time. And again, because you can't get people to run for the school board when it pays a pauper salary and you're expecting them to deal with a reality that requires a full-time, if not full-time, certainly somebody who has additional staff. You know, state legislators, Milwaukee County supervisors have staff.
Correct.
And to just expect an individual to be able to do that, they've outgrown that.
Absolutely.
And until that's addressed, it's in a horrible position.
All right. Well, thank you much. I appreciate it.
All right.
Take care. He's exactly right. He's exactly right. We have to change it. I don't know if the salary would have anything to do with it. You should. There's some positions you should run for and you want to do because you are, you believe you're destined to be a good steward over the money and make sure children get a good education in the city of Milwaukee. Todd, you're on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth.
Oh, good afternoon, Dr. And I hope you had a nice Easter.
Yes, I did. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome, sir. Hey, this has been a rule. It's not only in Milwaukee, the city of Milwaukee, but the whole state. It's not just, MTEA, it's WEAC in general. I mean, I don't know if Milwaukee falls under their umbrella or not, or if they're in the same union, or just like you guys were. You guys had your own union, your own retirement, and we went to the state. But at any rate, it's been a rule. It's forever. It's the teachers union cares about themselves. They really do. I mean, they've got a lot of political clout. They back up a lot of candidates with their money, and they can hide from that through the political element. But it's been going on forever, and now it's just out of hand. Matter of fact, I live in Watertown, and there's a referendum here for the schools again this year, and there was one maybe 4 years ago. And they got a ton of money, and then they want more, and I'm going to vote no on it. But that's I'm telling you what, man. I seen a couple signs out yesterday, and I knew I vote pretty much all the time, and I seen a referendum. I'm like, you got to be kidding me! So that's going to make me get up early and go vote and get it over with and vote. And oh no!
All right. Well, thank you much. I appreciate it, Todd. Take care.
You're welcome.
All right, keep listening. I'm just a little taken aback. So, Watertown wants a $4.5 million per year for 5 years to fund district operational, instructional, and day-to-day maintenance expenses. Interesting. Last April, their Board of Education asked voters to consider $7 million operational referendum that was recurring, meaning it would never expire. It didn't pass. Last December, asked voters to consider $4.5 million operational referendum that's on the ballot tomorrow successful referendum would enable the district to stabilize the financial foundation. How'd it get so bad? How'd it get so bad? The narrative is we downplay teachers. We downplay how much money they make. They work 10 months out the year. Many of them get paid 10 months out the year, making the equivalent of, $60,000, $65,000 a year if they work year-round. I don't understand it. I mean, I get it, but I don't get it. 833-212-1017 is the number. Aaron said the only union that needs to be busted in Wisconsin was the teachers union. Nah. Some of them need to be busted. Some of them needed to not have the grip they had. People needed a choice as to whether or not they wanted to be in a union or not and not lose everything and be intimidated. So, I don't know. 833-212-1017 is the number. Let me check the talking text line. What's going on in the talking text line? Todd said, I always put myself in the other guy's shoes. The truth is in there somewhere. He said, I dig your intro music like a storm coming in. Your commentary, that's the storm that punches you in the face. I'm not watching on YouTube. I'm sure you look like a bad man. I don't know how to take that. Anyway, hey, Quanda, what's going on? Let me take attendance. See who up in here. Hey, what's up, Quanda? How's it going? Good evening. S.E., Sincere, Babar. Who else is up in here? Quanda said, is that a Dr. Ken bobblehead? It is not a bobble. It doesn't move. It's stationary. She said, too cute. I love it. Whatever. Are we able to win a Dr. bobblehead? Nope. It's not a bobblehead. You shake yours enough during class. So whatever, it's very nice. Bobblehead. It's not a bobblehead. Bobbleheads bobble. It doesn't bobble. It's a statue. Okay. It's like it's Friday already. Hey, Lucretia, what's going on with you? Thanks for hanging out. Willie, you late. Well, I wouldn't have known you were late unless you said you was late. And then Dimitri said, hey, Dr. Ken, how you doing? I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Curly Q said, good afternoon, Dr. Ken. Hello to the chat. Dr. Ken got his own bobblehead. Why don't you go back and read the chat before you start talking about bobblehead? See, I knew I shouldn't have did it. I should have just left it. Should have left it. Crystal said it sounds like it's. I hate people doing TikTok videos outside the radio. Like, I'm so tired of that. Anyway, Crystal said, you can say that again. It feels like Pop-Off Friday to me. Yeah, it does. Well, I'll call it Pop-Off Revisited. How's that? Call it Pop-Off Friday Revisited. Yeah, I read that story about MPS, and yeah, I did just yell at y'all, Curly Q. That story just disturbed me to no end. Like, we literally would not have this issue at the board. We need to just get rid of the board. We need to just wipe the board clean, make it a nonpartisan thing. I'm telling you, the worst thing that we have in Milwaukee, I got to say, I don't want to jump ahead, but what's the one thing we need to get rid of in Milwaukee? I say MTEA. And I don't care what anybody says. If one of them want to walk up on me and have a conversation, I'll be glad to. Trash. They're not doing the children any good whatsoever. The board members ought to be thrown out. They need to get rid of each and every one of them and limit money that the union can give to people running for school board. You should be able to give money to anybody except anybody who directly makes policy that affects your members. Automatically no. It should be automatically no. That means the MTEA could give money to other people. They can give money to here, to there, but they can't give money to anybody running for a school board. I think that is something we need to finally look at because they have destroyed Milwaukee Public Schools. I blame the Milwaukee Teachers Education Association. It is terrible. It is terrible. It's time for a change. And the city, Barrett had it, but then he punked out. Just take over the schools. But this governor won't let you do that because he's a numbskull too, and he needs to go. And we need to get somebody in that's going to let the mayor take over Milwaukee Public Schools, get rid of the board, and let's go. Well, they need some type of legislative body. We don't want this common council to do it because they're incognito as it relates to pretty much everything that's going on around Milwaukee. So I think we need to just go ahead and turn it over to the city, wait till the governorship changes. If it changes in the correct way or they get a governor that'll do it, turn it over, vote, turn it over, get rid of it, dissolve the school board, and have the city run it. Otherwise, it can't get no better. But it sure can't get no worse. It could get better. All we got to do is bring those schools back. Oh, wait a minute. We lost those schools. $53 million worth. $53 million worth. We got a $46 million deficit. Yeah. Thank you, MTEA. 833-212-1017 is the number. When we come back, I got a question. I know I'm making people mad already today anyway. What were the AKAs thinking?
The revolution starts in our mind, right? You know when Gil Scott-Heron said the revolution won't be televised? Like he didn't mean that you won't be able to watch it on TV. He means the revolution starts in your mind. You nincompoop. Y'all been running around saying that for 60 years. The revolution won't be televised and didn't even know what the hell it meant. It starts with us.
Let him cook. Watch all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows by subscribing to 1017 The Truth on YouTube.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your family's tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
Natural gas is a clean, reliable, and convenient source of energy delivered directly to you through underground pipelines. The pipeline system has an excellent safety record, but there are clues that can help you identify a potential hazard. If you smell the strong odor of rotten eggs, hear an unusual hissing sound, or see blowing dirt or debris, it could be a natural gas leak. Leave the area immediately and call We Energies at 800-261-5325.
We Energies. People you can trust. Energy you can depend on.
Many of our most important memories are made at school. But for children like Victoria, the classroom can be a place of fear and isolation. She wore a bandage over her cleft every day, too shy to speak, too afraid to smile. Everything changed after one life-transforming surgery made possible by Smile Train. Today, Victoria's smile lights up her classroom, a symbol of confidence, connection, and new beginnings. Due to stigma, children with untreated clefts often miss out on school entirely. But thanks to Smile Train, students like Victoria are stepping into the classroom, raising their hands, and finding their voice. Smile Train partners with local experts to support with free cleft surgeries and other comprehensive care, empowering children to thrive in school and in life. Let's help every child walk into the classroom with confidence. Visit smiletrain.org/learn.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris, and it's that time for Tory Lowe Community Cleanup, presented by the Milwaukee Metropolitan Sewerage District. Mark your calendars, Saturday, April 18th, 8 a.m. to 12 noon. We'll come together, clean up the city of Milwaukee, and we'll be meeting at Evolve Church, Pitts Mortuary, and MLK Elementary School. We're taking things like old antifreeze and paint thinner and batteries and propane and cylinders and pesticides, all that stuff. The Tory Lowe Community Cleanup is sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, Steinhoffel's Cousin Subs, and Waste Management. 833-212-1017 is the number. Curly Q, I need you to go back and learn your music. So here's what I need y'all to do. Text Dr. Ken's music to 833-212-1017, and then you can follow the music library I make for Truth in the Afternoon. Okay? And then every time I see some music I like, I throw it in there, and I throw in a playlist. Like once a week I sit down and I go through all the songs I like, and I throw them in. Sometimes you might have a few duplicates in there, I don't know. But I try to weed them out. I just throw music in there. That is Yellow Jackets.
You can't have duplicates in Spotify playlists.
Yeah, you can.
No, you can't.
What'd I say? Why? Wait a minute. Why can't you?
Because it's already added to the playlist. It's not going to let you add it again.
Oh, I'll see. Okay. Learn something new every day. Every time he say that, he act like he tell me, this is a boomer moment. And he always think he teaching me something. I'm like, okay, I could actually be wrong and you could tell me. So I need one of them things that says, this is millennial madness. Yep, and go from there. So, yeah, that was the Yellow Jackets, one of my absolute favorite jazz groups. So, yep. Sincere said, I always... Wait. Sincere Runaway Real said, that's a potato head. But salute, I want one of myself as well. Did you call me a potato head? Show me how to block him. We just need to block him. Instagram, Facebook, X, LinkedIn. What else is it? Snapchat, WhatsApp, everywhere. We need to just block him. You hurt my feelings. You called me I can't believe you called me a potato head. I'm going to sit here and cry now. 833-212-1017 is the number. G, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Good afternoon, Dr. Ken. I appreciate you taking my call. As far as the NTEA or the teachers union, they really don't have any bargaining power anymore.
That has nothing to do. That has nothing to do with how they impact the board members' pay for their running for office and then control how they vote. That's what I'm talking about. I could care less whether or not they got any bargaining power.
Well, I think that police and fire have a union, and I think that.
But we're not talking about police and fire.
Have a union too.
Nobody said they didn't. I never said they didn't. Did I ever say they didn't?
You didn't have to say that.
Because that's what I didn't say.
Your comment was kind of.
No,
you said get rid of them.
I said get rid of them because they are having control over a school board that they shouldn't have control over, which is now damaging the schools. Get a new union. Get a new union.
Aren't their members voted? Well, they still don't have bargaining power.
What?
All right.
They can vote to get a new. They can vote to get a new.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? They can vote to get a new union. They can actually do that. They can vote to remove that union and get a new one. Like, what are you talking about?
Regardless of what they vote to get a new union, they still don't have bargaining power.
This ain't got nothing to do with bargaining power. It is not.
They're blamed for a lot of things that I think is unfair.
Your argument makes no sense. Explain your argument. I'm listening.
The thing is, let's get rid of.
Stop and explain your argument.
I'm trying to. Let's get rid of the MPS and the teachers and the MPS and privatize everything, and then all the students are going to have high test scores and everything else.
That makes no sense.
Everything is going to be perfect.
Appreciate it. That makes no sense. Makes absolutely no sense at all. We got a public school system started in the 50s, 40s? Come on. We're not going to get rid of it. Stop. The problem is the teachers union controls the board, and the board ought not be following what the teachers union says. But they want their money, they want their support, so they do whatever the teachers union wants. And it's disgusting. We just lost $46 million because of the MTEA. Think about that. Think about that. Ran the schools off because the board is stupid and idiotic enough to get rid of schools that were actually allowing them to get revenue. Like, how stupid can you be? Hey, I got a part-time job, and I think you should get rid of your part-time job because I don't like who you work for. So you get rid of your part-time job, but now you don't have enough money to pay your bills. And you're proud of that. Then your own members get cut, and you have the audacity to argue and complain. Stupid. Stupid. And I'm not calling anybody stupid. I'm just saying the process is stupid. Makes no sense. You wonder what happened? Based on decisions you make. Your life is predicated on the decisions that you didn't make. The things that you didn't do that were wrong. The things that you didn't do that would have jacked you. Think about that. Those board members should have nothing to do with the union once they get in. Well, if you try to run again, we're going to run against you. We're going to run someone again. Well, then run them. You see what they did to Aisha Carr. You see what they did to multiple board members. It's just terrible. They are disgusting. They are absolutely, positively disgusting. Now watch this. You ready? This is what Democrats do when they don't like you. This is what Democrats do when they decide you don't follow. And that's exactly what I was talking about in my open. If you missed it, go to Dr. Ken's Truth. It's on earlier in my open. When you don't think for yourself, when you follow a party, and when you do it blindly, this is the garbage you have. You can directly attribute it to a $43 million hit for MPS because they followed politics. And the board members followed politics. And the people that voted in the board members followed politics. And the teachers think they're getting something. Ask the 201 people who don't have jobs now. Ask them how they feel about it. And you could say the same thing Spike Lee said. We was robbed. We was hoodwinked. We was bamboozled. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Top 5 at 5 up next.
In 1987, the Bucks took on the world and changed basketball forever.
At stake, basketball supremacy in the United States.
Bucks versus the World, narrated by Charlie Behrens, is the new season of Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. It's the untold story of the 1987 McDonald's Open, when the Bucks became the first NBA team to face the Soviet Union. Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Coming with straight truth.
Did you go along with this? Did you plot this out? Did you go into the store with the intentions of causing a negative situation? This is the part that people don't like once they get into court after they get caught. Now, should he be executed for killing somebody he didn't do? I don't think so. He's already serving life. He's going to die in prison. I think that's what's going to happen. At the same time, this is a message to the younger folks.
Catch the Tory Lowe Show every weekday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
When I was diagnosed with Hodgkin lymphoma, I had so many questions. I didn't even know that it was cancer. Now I do. It is cancer. Blood cancer. It's actually one of more than 100 different types, and they're all treated differently. Now, unlike some other forms of cancer, usually there's no tumor. You can't screen for it to prevent it, and the symptoms can look like other things, so it could be hard to diagnose. I had a fever for weeks. I was so tired all the time. I didn't feel like eating or doing anything else for that matter. And I know that this can feel scary. But if you know what to look out for, you'll know what to tell your doctor. And you'll feel more empowered to take the next steps. Like getting in touch with the people who know the ins and outs and can help with everything blood cancer related. Blood Cancer United. They work one-on-one with each person who reaches out to answer questions and offer resources. Blood Cancer United was there for me, and they can be there for you.
Go to bloodcancerunited.org to learn more.
I take care of the kids, and I take care of my dad. I take care of things at work. The groceries, the cleanups, the meltdowns, the doctor's visits, the family events, mealtimes, bedtimes. I take care of all the things everyone else needs. But I haven't made time to take care of what I need.
Family caregivers are often overloaded. It can feel overwhelming and exhausting. It's no surprise that millions of caregivers experience symptoms of anxiety and depression every year. But help is available, because there may only be one you, but you don't have to do it alone. Head to mentalhealthcareworks.org. That's mentalhealthcareworks.org to learn how to get the support you deserve, because mental health care works when you make the call. If you're experiencing a mental health crisis or thoughts of suicide, dial 988, a message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
The revolution starts in our mind, right? You know when Gil Scott-Heron said the revolution won't be televised? Like he didn't mean that you won't be able to watch it on TV. He means the revolution starts in your mind. You nincompoop. Y'all been running around saying that for 60 years. The revolution won't be televised and didn't even know what the hell it meant. It starts with us.
Let him cook. Watch all your favorite 1017 The Truth shows by subscribing to 1017 The Truth on YouTube. You're listening to the new 1017 The Truth, founded in partnership with Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what, because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm reading the YouTube chat. Had to pull over to Shazam it. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. She say, I can't, Curly, you say, I can't run both at the same time. No, you can't. No, you can't. No, you cannot. Now, you know you don't have to Shazam. You can just text Dr. Ken's Truth. Wait a minute. Let me figure out. Is it Dr. Ken's music? Dr. Ken's music. All one word. DrKen's MUSIC, Dr. Ken's Music, and you'll get the Spotify playlist and go from there. You can just follow it and see what's going on. Essie's Mind said, Dr. Ken, why do you always insist on arguing with your listeners, poor listeners? It's not that I'm arguing with them. I'm challenging what they're saying. Sometimes people will say things, and when it's not correct or if there's something unclear about it, you ask a question. Otherwise, you just let people say whatever the heck they want to say. I had somebody telling me, well, that's your perspective. What do you mean my perspective? There's truth, and then there's everything else. Truth stands by itself. There's no like, oh, let me think, and that's your perspective. No, you don't get to have your perspective and be wrong and then pretend like it's true. And so he was saying about the unions. And I'm not saying get rid of the union. I'm saying get rid of that union or figure out something to get rid of the board that's not kowtowing to the teachers union. Because they're doing really dumb, stupid things. The teachers union wants to get rid of any school that's not under MPS, even though MPS authorized the school under an agreement. They're still public school students. They count. They get money for them and everything. That is one of the things, if there's nothing else out there, that caused the miss of $43 million, $46 million. It would have been, we wouldn't even be having a financial issue or problem right now had they not followed what the MTA wanted, to get rid of those schools. Those schools are stealing money from MPS. You don't have the capacity to put those kids in school. You don't have the teachers. Like, it's just weird. It's just weird. You follow under the MTEA umbrella or you die. Unfortunately, it's like the scorpion on the back of the, what's the animal that's crossing the river? And he trusted them because if they sting me, we both drown and they would never kill themselves. And then halfway across the river, it stings them. And it asks, well, why did you sting me? Like, we're going to both die. And the scorpion said, it's in my nature. That's MTEA. It's in their nature. They kill stuff. They destroy stuff. And now we're looking at it, and MPS is almost going under because of it. And now we're looking at it, and we're pretending like it didn't happen. They only want the teachers to get more money so MTA could get more money. I would do this. If they got rid of MTA, I would have no problem paying teachers $100,000 a year. Flat. $100,000. Bam. Got to perform. These are the metrics. You got to come within 85%. You get 80, 85%, boop, you keep your job. You don't get between 85%, boop, you lose your job. That's what work is about. Not feeding off the trough, working, and I'm talking about the really bad teachers, not the ones that actually are loving, nurturing, wonderful, committed, called teachers that do an absolutely phenomenal job, but they're broken because they see bad teachers being taken care of by the MTEA, held on to. And don't get me wrong, love Dr. Brenda Casalius, but she kowtows to public school only too. So where do we put that? Where do we put that? Now watch this. She has to. She's the superintendent. That's what she does. That's her job. I get that. You get an excuse. But at some point, the board has to stop that, and the board won't. The board won't. So you either get rid of the union or you get rid of the board. But you got to get rid of about one of them. Because otherwise we're going to be going through this over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Crystal said, one person's opinion doesn't make it so. I haven't read, and but if he was superintendent, then why didn't he fix MPS? Years with the power to fix it, and what did he do? So clearly, Crystal, you are sorely disconnected as it comes to MPS and the prior superintendents. Every superintendent left because the school board followed what the union wanted them to do. So no matter how hard they fought, they just took it over and controlled it and all that. He retired from MPS, by the way, just so you know. And so part of the issue was he did try to fix it. Howard Fuller tried to fix it.
driver tried to fix it. All these people tried to fix it, and they ran him out of town. And they ran him out of town because they wanted to educate all the children and make fixes and move things and shake it. We literally got rid of our last superintendent because they had to. Like, they had no way out. This guy drove the school into the ground. And then they overpaid him and left. And then put more money in his pension and then left. Who does that? If he were in private sector, he would have been fired decades ago. Decades ago. Andropoulos was there 8 years and tried to make a change, and they wouldn't let him. Driver, all of them. A couple of them were in there, came here, couldn't make a change. They left. Some good people, some good men, and some good women left because the board of school directors are the worst group of people in the world because they kowtow to the union and they're tied to them and they're trash. And I know it's some good people on the board right now, but all y'all trash because y'all not fighting. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Always an excuse, elected official, hide behind, well, you know, we got, yeah, okay. I'm only one person. Well, then you need to gin up everybody in the city that pay taxes and go fix it. Otherwise, you are part of the problem. If you're not part of the what's that old saying? If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem? Yep. Carla Q said you might need to update your intro. I think the mayor and the Common Council president and Common Council has shown us all. I don't understand what that means. I don't know what that means. And yeah, I need to update it. See? She even said I need to update my opener. Crystal said the idea of the city running MPS is not good. What does a city run successfully? It runs a city successfully. It knows it has a group of people that have run a $1 billion budget. And it has more than 8 or 9 people in charge of $1 million budget. It has 15 plus a Common Council president and a mayor. There's some level of check and balance. There's nothing at the school board. Nothing. And it's disgusting. Crystal said you cited the incoming money, but what about the outgoing money? I don't understand what that means. What do you mean the outgoing money? They have bills to pay, but I don't understand what you mean by outgoing money. If a Republican governor takes over, the state may take over MPS. The state can't take over MPS. All the state can do is get a local entity to take over MPS, like the county or the city and nobody wants to do it. Because nobody wants to bother with DPI. DPI is trash, too. Curly Q said, and I'm asking the mayor, the Common Council president, Common Council to show me. Yeah, I don't think their actions or lack thereof have shown us. Well, there you go. But I'm still asking. Show me. Just like I'm from St. Louis, from Missouri, the show me state. Show me. Show me. Prove me wrong. I would love nothing more than the Milwaukee Teachers Education Association to prove me wrong. Ha, you're wrong, we did it. The board. Ah, you're wrong, we did it. They won't. They'll go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And they'll quietly make deals with the teachers union and nothing will happen. They'll make 1 or 2 little steps and go, oh, see, look, there's progress. And then it won't change. Said the same thing under Posley. Nothing happened. He made it worse. He made it worse. He almost made it fail. I never did get around to the AKAs, did I? Should I do AKA now or do top 5 at 5? Which one should I do? 833-212-1017 is the number, by the way. I'm trying to think. I think I'm going to do top 5 at 5, and then I'm going to jump on the AKAs. Because I'm going to tell you, every time I talk about MPS, it sets me off. And it sets me off because I paid tax money, but I didn't put my kids in school. Me personally, I think that's probably the best decision I ever made.
Number 5.
This from JS. What happened? JS Online. Let me see. Okay, let's do that and go there. All right, from Fox6Now.com. The NBA is investigating the Milwaukee Bucks over potentially inconsistent statements about Giannis Antetokounmpo's health and injury status. That's according to a Friday report from ESPN Shams Charania. I don't know how to say his last name. In a thread posted on X, The person, Shams, from ESPN said the NBA is investigating Milwaukee Bucks for their handling of the player participating policy and potential inconsistent statements regarding the health of Giannis Antetokounmpo, sources tell ESPN. The league has interviewed Antetokounmpo's side, the Bucks, and team doctors. Both Antetokounmpo and the Bucks have told league investigators different stories. Milwaukee informed the NBA that it doesn't believe Giannis is ready and actually wants to play. Giannis informed the NBA he wants to play, but the team will not medically clear him, sources said. A year full of dysfunction between a franchise and its cornerstone played out with the Bucks. Failed trade talks last August, and at the February trade deadline for Giannis, and now the league offers an audience for the latest squabble about whether he can play or not. So they're under investigation. We'll see. This dispute comes at a time when his future Milwaukee is uncertain. Antetokounmpo's name dominated league-wide discussions leading up to the trade deadlines, but the Bucks ultimately kept him. He becomes eligible to sign a 4-year contract extension worth up to $275 million in October, and if he doesn't sign the extension, he could become a free agent after the 26-27 season, or the Bucks could decide to trade him firsthand. Ooh. There's drama coming.
Number 4.
From CBS 58, winter. Wisconsin residents with outstanding utility bills are urged to make payment arrangements before the state's winter moratorium ends Wednesday the 15th. So you got 7, 8, 9 days. The moratorium prevents utility providers from disconnecting heating services due to non-payment during the winter months. And once it expires, boop, boop. Anyone behind on their bills may be risk. May have the risk. May get disconnected. Sayonara, see you later. Yeah, that'll be rough. That would be rough. That would actually be kind of rough.
Number 3.
This from JS Online. Where do you think Milwaukee ranks among the best places to retire in the United States? In the top 20. Where do you think it ranks? Milwaukee ranks among the best places to retire in the U.S. in 2026, according to a new report. I wonder who that report's from. www.thefool.com. Okay, I can believe that. The Motley Fool, a financial and investing advice company, surveyed 22,000, can't read today, retired people across the country, asking about the things that mattered most to them when they retire. And they talked about quality of life, healthcare access and quality, housing affordability in Milwaukee, crime and safety in Milwaukee, weather and climate in Milwaukee, state and local taxes, and non-housing affordability. Well, believe it or not, and some of the cities on this list, I'm going, somebody paid somebody to get on this list. Top 10. Number 10, Armstrong County, Pennsylvania. Number 9, Miami-Dade County, Florida. Number 8, Milwaukee County, Wisconsin. Number 7, St. Paul, Ramsey County, Minnesota. Philadelphia and Philadelphia County, Pennsylvania. I can't say move that. Anyway, Little Rock and Pulaski County, Arkansas. Cleveland and Cuyahoga County, Ohio. Quincy and Gadsden County, Florida. St. Augustine and St. Johns County, Florida. And Fort Lauderdale. Number 1 for Broward County, Florida. I can see that. The top 3 are Florida. 5 of the 10 are Florida. Wisconsin? I don't know.
Number 2.
This from WISN 12. The Milwaukee Fire and Police Commission is considering the reappointment of Fire Chief Aaron Lipsky for a second 4-year term as chief of the Milwaukee Fire Department. Community meeting was held outside MLK's library this past Saturday, where about 30 community members voiced their opinions on Lipsky's job performance. One community member said, I don't even want to think about another chief or another person because we have to reestablish everything that we're doing. Another attendee said, I just personally want to thank you for your passion, your drive to help the voiceless. Another community member said, I'm supportive of the chief's reappointment, but I think that that's reinforced by the comments of people. So the Fire and Police Commission is expected to vote in mid-April, and if reappointed, Lipsky is expected to continue serving in mid-May. The commission did not comment on whether there are any other candidates for the role, and the next community meeting to voice opinions is Monday, April 13th, 5 to 7:30 p.m. at the Mitchell Street Library.
Number 1.
This from WISN.com. Milwaukee Police Department arrested a 50-year-old man in connection with the shooting that killed Tremaine Trell Montgomery on Saturday. Criminal charges will be referred to the Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office, and Easter weekend shooting claimed the life of the 40-year-old and grandfather and father. Families identified the victim, and they responded to the shooting at Hampton and Fond du Lac Avenue at 11:50 p.m. Saturday night. Montgomery's family said he was at Fremo's, a nearby bar, before the shots rang out. Summer Jordan, Montgomery's sister, said, "I couldn't believe it. Another victim to our society. Mine, one of mine. It hits different when it hits home." Jordan and dozens of others, family members and friends, gathered yesterday to honor Montgomery's life. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. Before I go and get to the rest of my show, the caller. You're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. What's up?
Great afternoon to you, Dr. Ken.
How are you?
I'm awesome, and I'm sure you're familiar with this song. I'd rather have Luther Vandross, Bad Times with You. And I don't know the title of the song.
I do not know. But anyway.
I'd rather have bad times with you.
Don't sing, please.
That one. Well,
what's up?
We are on an Android phone. I sound better in person. But I think that's the situation that the Bucks find themselves in, and they hopefully can extend him long enough to make a sensible trade, because right now there is none for them or Giannis, because any team he goes to will be gutted. But that guy Shams is about as accurate with his reporting as Adam Scheffler was talking for 5 years. He said Aaron Rodgers would be traded, and then in the sixth year, the Packers wind up getting rid of him. So a lot of times national reporters who are on the East or West Coast throw things against the wall, and there hasn't been a big city who has won championships on a regular basis since the Bulls, probably.
Wow.
You know, Shaq and Kobe won a few, but most of the championships in the NBA are won by medium-sized cities over the past 20 years. And so since these media outlets are on the East and West Coast, they are always begging for really good players to come to the Knicks and to come to the Lakers. But if you've noticed, very few have, wound up, in that situation. Luka was an outlier going to the Lakers, but most players are fine playing wherever they play. And I think Giannis is a prime example of how you can succeed wherever you are. He has ties to the community. He has two brothers on the team. So hopefully he'll be 35 or 6 when he decides to take his talents to South Beach or wherever an older NBA player who is still impactful can go and maybe win another championship. Unless, like I say, anything happens in sports, and who knows what will happen where one of these younger players that we have develops, because we do have some really good guards on the Bucks team.
Yeah, they do.
I'm excited about where they are.
Well, okay. All right. Well, thank you much. I appreciate it, caller.
God bless.
Take care, man. 833-212-1017 is the number. Crystal said, "Are you saying the superintendent cannot do anything without the school board's permission?" That is correct. Everything has to be cleared through the board. The board has to okay everything. That doesn't sound right. Well, then why would we need a school board? She has to report to the school board the changes in the thing that she's trying to do. And if they tell her she can't do it, she can't do it. Like, that's how that works. Said Caselli has cut recent positions. I don't know that was popular among the MTEA. No, it wasn't. The Milwaukee teachers? No. They praised part of it and then trashed part of it. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. They hated it. 833-212-1017 is the number. When we come back, what was the AKAs thinking?
Truth Nation, it's that time of year again for the Tory Lowe Community Cleanup. Mark your calendars for Saturday, April 18th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. as we'll be cleaning up the city on the walk. You can also safely get rid of hazardous household items thanks to MMST. Drop off your items from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at MLK Elementary School. We're talking things like all antifreeze, paint thinners, batteries, and pesticides. Sign up now at ToryLoweCleanup.com. The Tory Lowe Community Cleanup is sponsored by Milwaukee College Prep, Steinhoffels, Cousin Sub, and Waste Management.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your family's tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hi, I'm Eric Zauner, Marine Corps veteran and board member for the Center for Veterans Issues, calling on the community to tee it up for a great cause. On Monday, June 15th, CVI is hosting its 5th annual golf outing at the River Club in Mequon. This year's event is supporting CVI's Permanent Supportive Housing Program, dedicated to assisting chronically homeless or disabled veterans and their families. Grab your clubs and support our veterans today. Register to golf, sponsor, or donate at cvivet.org/events.
Are you planning a special event? Do you need a personal chef? Either way, make it tasteful. I'm Alicia the Chef, owner of Tasteful Events Catering, and we create customized food experiences for any occasion. We bring quality, flavor, and professionalism to every table. Whether it's a special event or everyday meal solutions, we focus on delivering more than just food. We create experiences. Book today or learn more online at www.tastefuleventscatering.com.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Crystal said, I meant wasn't. She said, okay, then the school board doesn't always do what MTEA wants. They pretty much do. If MTEA didn't want those positions cut, and they still allowed it. But they had to cut it because they were $46 million in the hole. So taking one technicality and then saying, yeah, that cancels the entire statement, that's not good, Crystal. You got to do better, Crystal. Got to do better. 833-212-1017 is the number. So blackenterprise.com, the rapper Trick Daddy. You heard of Trick Daddy? He's an old school rapper. Gets into it with the AKAs. Well, he performed at AKA, Sorority Incorporated, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated's 73rd South Atlantic Regional Conference, leaving members uncomfortable with his lewd song lyrics, causing the sorority's directors to shut down the April 3rd concert. Now, I don't have to read any more than this, but I will. Regional Director Tiffany Moore Russell said that the sorority approved certain songs for his set list. Journalist Philip Lewis shared a screenshot of Russell's apology statement, member to her sorority sisters, and the language, the lyrics, and the comments made by the artist were not acceptable. and the performance because of the disrespect of our organization and our brand. Several members of sorority felt that his explicit language detracted from the event and disrespected the esteemed women's organization. According to attendees, Trick Daddy made suggestive comments to the crowd filled with distinguished and collegiate women. Even told the audience, I'm not going to repeat what he said. So here's my thing. Number one, if you have a rapper, Uncle Luke, Public Enemy, old school rapper, Trick Daddy, okay, let's just do it. Any rapper at your party, you cannot control what they sing. Oh, I gave you a playlist. So, you already paid them. And now you cut them off, you still got to pay them. But you knew who you were getting. It's Trick Daddy. That's like me inviting Megan Thee Stallion to my church to sing gospel. At some point, you're going to get something a little different. At some point, you're going to get a little like, wait, what? That's all I'm saying. Next time, if I might, and I'm not one to give advice to the esteemed Sisters of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, but y'all might want to invite dude next time. Pick your poison, because that wasn't it. Like, I don't even know what y'all was thinking. Like, you should have known. It's just weird. Let me think of the most outlandish example I can. You find the coldest porn star with a perfect body, about 5'9", about 160 pounds, perfectly sculpted, and then you have an event, and you say the event is only for 100 people and 3,000 people show up. You should have known ahead of time. I'm just saying. Some guy that women find hot, some actor, and you only have seats for 200 people and 5,000 people show up, you should expect that. If you had Trick Daddy anywhere, not just a concert, but anywhere in America, you should have known that the language wasn't going to be right. You know why? He don't have a clean version. And now for the traffic. I can't even talk today. I'm just.
We've got an accident now on westbound 94, just past Elm Grove Road. It's off on the right shoulder, so just be careful if you're heading through that area. A little bit closer into town, though, we've got westbound backing up from 27th Street all the way to Hawley Road. On the eastbound side of 94, backing up from 84th Street all the way through the stadium to 35th. Northbound 41 is backing up from Mayfair Road past Burleigh. Northbound 43 right around the North Avenue curve up to Locust. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, scattered sleet or snow showers early, then chilly, a low of 27. Then tomorrow, mostly sunny and chilly, a high of 38 at the lake, 44 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
As the White House threatens to take over state elections, restrict abortion nationwide, and take away our health care, the Wisconsin Supreme Court is the last line of defense for our rights. That's why the Supreme Court election on April 7th is so critical. The ACLU does not endorse or oppose candidates, but wants you to make an informed decision. When it comes to abortion rights, Maria Lazar supported overturning Roe v. Wade and is endorsed by groups that want to ban abortion. Chris Taylor voted against abortion bans and defended abortion rights while working with Planned Parenthood. And on the issue of voting rights in Wisconsin, Maria Lazar defended efforts to rig elections for one political party through extreme gerrymandering of congressional and legislative districts. Chris Taylor opposes rigging the system with extreme partisan gerrymandering. On April 7th, stand up for our rights. Paid for by American Civil Liberties Union, Incorporated.
When you work smart, incredible things can happen. By joining Smart 18, the union for Wisconsin sheet metal workers, you'll open the door to a brighter future. You'll learn and earn more. Enjoy awesome benefits across the board. Build a great career and feel empowered and supported every step of the way. The smartest career decision you'll ever make starts with Smart 18. Find out more today at smart18info.com.
Need help but don't know where to turn? Contact 211 Wisconsin today. Whether it's finding food, housing assistance, mental health support, help with addiction, or more, 211 Wisconsin is available for free 24/7 to connect you with thousands of local programs and services. Dial 211 on your phone. You can also chat with a specialist on 211wisconsin.org or install the 211 app. Help is closer than you think. Sponsored by 211 Wisconsin.
Do you hear that? And that? And that? Those are the sounds of a healthy and vibrant community. And to this United Way volunteer, nothing sounds better. They're the sounds of children being given greater chances to succeed in school. The sounds of neighbors receiving the support needed to overcome challenges, both big and small. They're the sounds of families gaining access to quality health care and nutritious food for their tables. And they're the sounds of members of our community who've benefited from United Way's financial education programs. See, wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way. People working together to respond and growing the good for everyone. United is the way. So join us by getting involved or giving back. Learn more at unitedway.org.
This Associated Bank Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Xavier Spencer. The Bucks got a rare win against the Memphis Grizzlies on Sunday, winning 131-115. An exciting moment for the Antetokounmpo brothers as the youngest brother, Alex, got his first NBA bucket. Head coach Doc Rivers.
It was good to see him take the shot. You know, he had an open shot. They kind of dared him. He took one the other night, so good for him, man. A kid that grew up here.
Just 4 games left for the Bucks in the regular season. The Brewers win their series against the Royals after an 8-5 win in Kansas City.
Reaches up and makes the catch, 2 steps shy of the wall, and the Brewers have won this series here in Kansas City.
Now the crew heads to Boston to face the Red Sox. First pitch is tonight at 5:45. Wisconsin guard John Blackwell is entering the transfer portal while also testing the NBA draft. Blackwell made the announcement Monday saying he's looking for a program that can help him develop for the next level and compete for a national title. The transfer portal officially opens Tuesday. I'm Nazir Spencer, and this is the True Sports Update on 101.7 The Truth.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth app, and 101.7thetruth.com.
Anyway, 833-212-1017 is the number. I don't know what AKA was thinking. Like, what exactly were they thinking? If you invite Trick Daddy to your regional conference, you cannot give him a song list. Because all of his songs, dude is from Miami. He's from Florida. All the raunchy music is from Florida. Anyway, okay, turn that, because I don't want to lose my job. Not now. I don't want the FCC to be like, excuse me, Dr. Harris, yes, you're done. What? Come on. Now, did you see the video? Everybody in the video was partying. So it must have been them old heads that was like, hey, yo, player, I can't do that. Stop. And thank you, Jim, the frog and the scorpion. Thanks for that. Yeah. Them old heads was like, them golden sorors, them 25 years, they was like, hey. I think they was just having flashbacks to when they would, because that would have been them. They would have been the ones listening to Trick Daddy. So I think they knew what was going to happen with Trick Daddy, and they were trying to stop it. Hey, no, do that. Because then your daughters and granddaughters will know what you used to dance to when you was in Atlanta at Freaknik. Okay, I'm just saying. 833-212. 833-212-1017 is the number. I think this is the future of Milwaukee. I think this is the future of Milwaukee. This from WISN.com. An Ohio man, I don't know if you heard this, an Ohio man is facing multiple charges after allegedly firing his gun at a group of juveniles who performed a ding-dong-ditch prank on his house. According to court records, a group of 4 juveniles knocked on the door of 33-year-old Jarvis Godfrey, Green Township home, this past Saturday. Juveniles are then alleged to have fled shortly after doing so, piling into a nearby car and driving away. In response, Godfrey is then alleged to have come out of his house, aimed a .45 caliber semi-automatic pistol with a green laser sight at the car before discharging at least 3 rounds at the juveniles as they drove away. Juveniles pulled over nearby cul-de-sac after the shooting. Godfrey pursued them down the street. All 5 were then allegedly found by police in the same cul-de-sac when officers arrived at the scene, and no reports said anybody was injured. Police investigated a bullet hole found by police in the trunk of the black Kia Rio used by the juveniles. Officers say they also found 2 additional bullet holes that were lodged in 2 separate neighbors' homes. Search warrant executed shortly after on his house to look for additional evidence, where officers recovered the pistol allegedly used by him during the shooting, in addition to a shell casing on his front lawn. He's now charged with felonious assault, improper discharge of a firearm into a home, and discharge of a firearm on prohibited premises. He was arraigned today. Is that what Milwaukee's going to be looking at? Because some of these kids are going to run to the wrong house, do the wrong stuff, break in the wrong place, and somebody going to get them. What are your thoughts? 833-212-1017 is the number. Is that something that you think going to jump off? Because I'm just saying, it's looking like that. It's definitely looking like ding dong ditch. I guess you can call it ding dong dead, because one bullet. I'm just saying, all it takes is one bullet and you're done. You are done. Tomorrow, I'm gonna try not to get to it. Tomorrow, I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna try not to get to it, but tomorrow, I'm gonna talk about, because before we talked about Tyler Perry and Bob Johnson selling BET to Viacom and all that, right? All the black people building up these strong black businesses. Tori this afternoon was talking about black business in Milwaukee. You walk through and can't see any, but yet you go on social media and everybody's talking about starting a business and becoming an entrepreneur and doing all these things and giving back to your community, and you walk to Milwaukee and there's nothing there. Ain't nothing owned by us. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk about Angelica Nwandu. You know who Angelica Nwandu is? You've heard of the Shade Room? She owns it. She's the founder. I'm going to talk about what she says about business ownership tomorrow. So remind me, Zach, that's going to be my first after my Dr. Kent's Truth tomorrow. We're going to talk about the Shade Room CEO, Angelica Nwandu. And I want to talk about decisions that she made. And how I talked about today, it's not about the decisions you make that make your life great. It's the things you decide not to do that define your life. It's learning how to have the power to say no and doing things the right way. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. When we come back, I have a surprise guest for you.
Tune into the award-winning 1017 The Truth's Business Spotlight this Thursday at 3:57 p.m. between The Tori Lowe Show and Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. We'll be speaking with Alicia Green, owner of Tasteful Events Catering, to discuss how her custom food experiences go way beyond catering. We'll dive into how she got started, what makes her approach different, and what she's building next in the community. Again, that is the Business Spotlight this Thursday with Tasteful Events Catering at 3:57 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your family's tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
At Milwaukee College Prep, we don't leave success to chance. We're designed for it. With strong support, high expectations, and a team committed to excellence, our educators turn belief into outcomes every day. If you believe every child deserves an excellent education, join Milwaukee College Prep. Apply today. Visit mkeprep.com/jobs.
Sweet Talks Medical Spa in Menominee Falls. Skip the sterile clinical office feel. Sweet Talk stays on the cutting edge of beauty and wellness innovations in a vibrant, playful space promoting self-love and confidence. Sweet Talk specializes in a range of treatments including injectables, medical-grade skincare, weight loss, hormone therapies, and more. Not sure where to start? Sweet Talks offers comprehensive wellness consultations to create a customized plan centered around you. Because at Sweet Talks, your goals are their goals. Learn more at sweettalks.com.
Join me every Friday at 11 a.m. for the Milwaukee Experience with Sherwin Hughes, presented by Visit Milwaukee. We're a city that knows how to celebrate, where the calendar is packed with festivals, the plates are piled high with flavor, and a lakefront sunrise sets the stage. Here in Milwaukee, every street leads to something worth savoring, a place that welcomes you with open arms and where joy is shared in bites, beats, and cheers. The Milwaukee Experience every Friday at 11 a.m. exclusively on The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, presented by Visit Milwaukee.
More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
That's my jam! Turn it up! Hey, hey! Break it down, break it down, break it down. I don't know.
Okay. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris.
My mic is on?
At the 6 o'clock hour, we got Truth Unfiltered with Denise Thomas. I'll be rolling out at 6 o'clock. Ooh, thank you, Jesus. I don't have to hear her sing.
Trick Daddy said, y'all, the AKAs are trying to defamate my... Defamate? Come on, Trick Daddy.
Yeah, well... We know who the college-educated people were in that room that day.
Well, it definitely wasn't the person who made that decision. Let's start with that. This is why education is overrated. No, I'm just playing, y'all.
Edumacation.
Edumacation.
And actually, it's edge-macation.
Edge-macation.
Thank
okay,
you.
well,
You got to get it right.
That has to be one of the most hilarious... It was like an SNL skit.
Like, you actually invited dude to come to your show. And then you shocked because he actually said, if you want me to blanket your blank, raise your hands. Put your effing hands up.
And I can say this because I'm from Indiana. That's like inviting a Klansman to a Black History Month event and get mad.
Because he tried to burn your house down.
Right. Or they dropped the end. It's like, bruh. Really? Can we get a bruh, Zach? Really? Come on.
Really?
Man. Do better, y'all. I'm not mad at Trick Daddy at all. He did his...
Not at all. And he got paid. But you should have known what you were getting. Now, you know them old heads, they just kind of went along with it because, you know, them young girls went in. Who talked to... First of all, young girls and millennials didn't talk him into Trick Daddy because Trick Daddy is like what?
He's my generation.
Approaching like 50?
Yeah, he's my generation.
55? Come on now.
Raise your hand if you drove to Freaknik and the first song you put on there
was
Trick Daddy. Raise your hand. Come on, man. Look at Zach. He's like, first of all, I didn't even know who Trick Daddy was. And that's
Zach
okay.
don't even know what Freaknik is.
It's okay. And you know what? That's a good thing.
Yes,
Why do we keep trying to resurrect stuff that doesn't need to be resurrected?
Yes. Because they couldn't handle Freaknik. They get arrested at Freaknik.
I mean, not that I know personally. A friend told me how it was.
Right. Not to be confused with Kappa Carnival at Southern Illinois University. But that's another issue. That's
No, for real. That gave me
buddy.
a good laugh. That whole, I was like, is this for real? Is this made up?
Craziness.
AKA's Trick Daddy.
Don't bash my girls though.
AKA's.
Don't bash my. Come on.
First of all, what did I just say that was bashing? It's called facts. All I said was AKA's and Trick Daddy. You said bashing. I ain't saying nothing but the facts.
Okay.
Don't play me, Dr. Ken.
Right. It didn't make any sense. It made absolutely
I don't know what this. That's how they should have had a background singer just come out. I don't know.
I tell you, what you gonna be talking about tonight?
Oh, that's a good question.
What are you gonna be talking
Y'all, you want to stay locked in because I'm coming in live as soon as the afternoon, Dr. Ken in the afternoon completes. We're going to start talking about the Wisconsin's winter utility shut-off. I know that was in your top 5.
Yep.
We're going to dig a little. You don't like that?
No, I said.
Why?
Because all them folks go. You know it's gonna snow at the end of April, right?
Okay.
Last year it snowed in May, and it's got to be freezing in order to I'm just.
Also, this is something else I want to expand upon. The West Allis crowned 2026 strongest town champion, beating Chicago and Madison. We're going to definitely dive into that.
Dallas?
Yes, West Allis.
Dallas. It must have been about tattoos or something.
And then, most importantly, we're going to get into this UConn coach, Gino Ariema. Is that the correct way to pronounce it?
Mm-hmm.
And that whack, lame apology that he gave for his total lack of sportsmanship. You know,
he's mad.
You
know how Brad be when black women jack him. You know,
you gotta be okay.
You get in your feelings.
You got to be okay with losing. But to your point, it's beyond that.
Of course it is.
And I posted on my Instagram. If you don't already follow me, please connect with me on Instagram.
But did you see how she did after she lost?
She is who she is.
Went over, shook hands,
Classy.
hey, hugged him.
She hugged him in the beginning.
Right.
So he lied.
Well,
I'm gonna pull Dr. Ken, y'all. You ready for this? Watch this.
Well,
he did because
it's more like
Stop.
Don't do that.
Stop.
Look.
I'm doing that because he lied
you can do
and
that
accused her. He lied and accused her.
Well, of course.
And so a lie is a lie. You know that is no.
See
he lied about it
on my show. See how she be trying to take over my show? Wait a minute, let me. You ain't got nothing to drink over there, do you? And so it's. I think it's incumbent upon us to remember that there are times to take the high road, like she did, but then there are times not to take the high road.
Shout out to my former and forever First Lady, Michelle Obama, who, when she was acting like Michelle Obama.
You mean Michelle from the south side of Chicago?
When she was acting like Michelle Obama. Let me finish. When she was acting like Michelle Obama, when they go low. But now she's Michelle Robinson again. She's south side Chicago. Right. So when they go low.
They was like, I remember her when she went to Whitney Young.
Man, Michelle Robinson is in full effect, and I love
Michelle,
it.
Not the...
Because she had, I think, did she interview somebody? But also like what Cardi B said when she was interviewed by Gayle King.
Miss Moneymaker? Oh,
Cardi
my God.
B said, when they go low, I go to hell. I go to the bottom.
That girl is
killing it.
A business genius, maniac.
Man.
She is so cool. And she said one of the things that she does is that when she goes in, people mistake her for Cardi B. The persona is not the person who has the business background.
Can you say that again?
And they mistake her for the persona.
For the folks in the back that didn't hear you, because I mean, by no means am I comparing myself to Cardi B.
You can't get
but
that
I love
far
when people say, "Well, Denise doesn't act like that in person." It's called a persona.
Right. And so, the public you is not the private you.
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
And so people don't grasp. That's how Jay-Z became a billionaire. That's how Beyonce became a billionaire. You can say that, but these cats went to school. Like, you know, that's another thing. You got that era of rapper in your generation that when you start peeling back going, okay, dude, so where'd you actually come from? Oh, I graduated from Howard and got a degree in business. I'm like, time out. So who's this dude? Oh, that's a persona. That's
I'm
what I created.
I'm not discrediting
and I'm not mad
the value of a college degree by no means. But to your point, there's an element of creative genius.
Correct.
That can't be taught
supersedes
in any classroom.
Absolutely.
And it can't be taught. It can't be.
I can teach you how to harness it in a classroom.
So that's
but
why
I
they
can't
are who
give
they
it
are.
to you. And that's how they. Now, when you tack on the fact that you didn't mention the fact that you graduated from college, that's a whole other
Because Michael Jackson, I know for a fact, never entered
ever.
Not once.
Ever.
A classroom.
But I'm sure he took classes on how to do certain things in music and all that, and was taught and learned.
I think he was.
And grew.
I think he was taught by observation, inquiry. His
family was
environment.
groomed by what is it? The record company. Gordon Record?
Motown.
Yeah, they were groomed and.
That's what I'm saying. The exposure.
Right.
But I'm saying, like, in terms of Michael Jackson, you will never be who you want to be until you go on a college campus. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, no.
The creative geniuses that
I don't think anybody tells anybody that, do they? Please tell me no. Please tell
I'm
me.
one of them.
Please tell. You'll never be. Are you serious? Wow.
Every day, all day.
Wow.
And so I was like, okay, I went to college and graduated, and I'll say this on air, and I said to my mom, just to hush you up and make you happy.
Isn't that why we all went to college? Anyway, yeah. Yep, that's why I went. That is definitely why I went.
But I'm not going to go to a Klans rally and ask them, why did y'all not play Trent? I can't get over it. Shout out to all the AKAs. I see you. Hey, we all make mistakes. Players mess up too.
And I'm leaving on that note because y'all know how I get. So when y'all start throwing stuff at the window at the 3rd Street Market American Family Insurance Studio, I'm not going to be here. But I love my statue. Isn't it cool? That's what I'm talking about.
It looks just like you, Dr. Ken.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Truth Unfiltered with the Denise Thomas live.
Let's go.
And Up Close coming up next. I want to say thank you for being here. Thank you, Zach. Appreciate you. God bless. Take care. Everybody in the chat, what's going on? I'll see you later. Curly Q. Too funny. I'm out.
Be quiet.